Welcome to an episode of Potions Weekly Brew. Brew, Sunday. Where am I at? Right here. We got a Neo Geo centric episode for you guys today. Anybody who's watching live and anybody who's watching on the replay, I appreciate you equally. All right, what time is it? 12:02. I'm on time. Every Sunday, 12 o'clock Western time. Who do we got? We got early birds here. Oh my God, Leo DS is early. Look at that. We have more complete. First person, yo. Second, I guess. Nah, man, you're first. I always leave a welcome message for everybody, just so whoever watches it live and whoever watches it on the replay, because I know 12 o'clock on a Sunday or wherever you're at, it's not ideal, but it just works for me, so I do it. And I figure, if you watch the replay, if you really want to watch it. So yeah, keep it simple, man. Is this live now? Yes, Leo DS, it is live right now. I do have, like every week, I have some pre-recorded stuff for you guys. Nothing crazy this week. I wasn't really, I looked at what's going on this week, same thing about, physical media, PlayStation, Xbox, but I talked about all that. The only thing that's new for Xbox is like they came out Bethesda and like they pretty much scrapped everything but Fallouts and Elder Scrolls. So I guess they're working on that now, which is great news. But it's like, yeah, they should have been doing that shit a long time ago, man. And then like smaller studios or like little spin-offs create like new IPs or different things or something, or spin-offs. I don't know. They were just wasting money, man. That's what they were doing for sure. Anyways, so I don't want to talk about all that stuff again because I want to wait for a little bit of a dust to settle so I can get another opinion going. But right now it's like I'm not even thinking about next gen, even if they start hyping it. I'm good with my emulation, finding out new arcade games. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm going back for arcade games because it's like a brand new avenue for me. Next gen is not, Fallout, even though I love it, it's not, so that's what I'm doing right now. Plus, I still need to get back on my Nintendo Switch and finish Zelda. I got that 8-bit Duo controller the other day, or that's been like maybe a couple weeks now, and I haven't freaking even tried it out. Just, life, la vida loca. What is up? What else we got going on here? Just saying hello, Leo Big Live. What is good, Leo DS? I'm not even gonna go there. Well, I was gonna tell Leo DS something, but I'll just, yeah, it's only gonna cause more issues. So we'll just leave it right there. So yeah, I want to talk about some Neo Geo, some new game. It's not a new game, but it's a new game for the Neo Geo. And plus, I've been playing the Visco collection, so I want to show you some of those games, or one of those games. And I do have a little bit of brain rot, unfortunately. Just have to do it. So let's see what we got here. Let's see what we're starting with. Boom. Welcome to episode Potion Story Run, my Neo Geo fans. Today we're going to be talking about a brand new game coming out for your favorite system, the Neo Geo. Now, this game had to be released elsewhere, but it's also going to be released for the Neo Geo for anybody out there that wants to have a complete collection. And I know there's many out there that actually do, or just prefer to play on the Neo Geo, because I get you, man, I get you. But the game that I'm talking about is called Demons of Asterborg. I don't know what Asterborg is, but it sounds freaking cool. Like if you're some kind of god or something, realm type of thing. Anyways, the graphics, I mean, come on, look at them. They look so sweet. Animations look good. There's different variants. You can get it for the AES, the MBS. There's different bundles that they have that you can get from their site. It's a French site. It's a French studio. Kun, who's making the game. So if you want to translate all that stuff, by all means, bon appetit. I don't know any French. Oui. Yeah, so the game is gonna cost you what you would think it would cost you because it's an indie title. You know, $350. What francs? I don't know what they call the euros over there. But they have bundles. Like I said, it's not like a variant. It's just ultimate, not the ultimate bundle. I'm sorry. The anniversary bundle is come with the white variants and just the game included and stuff. It's not like a special edition that they're selling, but they are selling them on their site as well. So I'm not sure if they're getting shipments already from PlayOn, or they're gonna wait, or they're gonna buy some from PlayOn and then ship them to you guys. I'm not French. We read it if you want to know the details. But this is a brand new game, and the thing is, it's like, oh my god, these games are tempting, but from someone who's just not a Neo Geo gamer, like I'm an Xbox gamer, I'm a Switch gamer, PlayStation gamer, I can get this game on other systems and still support them. So I'm not sure if it's worth paying the... So Leo Diaz says, Demons of Asterborg is a Mega Drive indie. It's pretty good. I wonder what the charge for the Neo Geo version. Neo Geo versions everywhere get that Neo Geo tax. I've been talking about that recently. Yeah, it's going to be, 350 plus, 450 plus, and then plus shipping. So, you're going to pay a lot of money if you want to get a complete set for Neo Geo. I'm letting everybody know that up front. It's not for me to do that. Like, I'm not going to be paying, that much for that game. Like, if it looks cool, I like it, but I'd rather get it on other means. Like I said, or I will say, it comes out on other systems. So always choose what's best for you. But if you really want the collection, the Neo Geo collection, then yeah, this is it, man. And hello to Jeffrey Williams. Thanks for subscribing. I really appreciate it. From Chicago. I want to go there one day. I really want to go there one day. I want to visit all the main cities of the United States, Chicago, New York. I still need to go to San Diego. Haven't been there. Papa Brad's in the house. Good to see you, man. Good to see you, Papa Brad. We're just doing some Neo Geo stuff right now, but we'll get back to the chat soon. Neo Geo tax. It is for some people, and that's why I make these videos, just to give people a heads up of what's to come. So if you guys want to support the Neo Geo community and the console and maybe give it some longevity, I'm not sure if the price will go down if more people buy it. And we already talked about that before on this channel, where we think that because there's a bigger install, there might be a bigger... We don't know how much sold yet, Yes, the AES exceeded expectations, on launch day. We've all read, the articles and whatever, but we really don't know how many sold. So, it's hard to say that if these game prices for Neo Geo variants are ever going to go down in price. I think it's just a price to pay for having the Neo Geo variant for some. I guess that's the market price. It might change, it might not. Really depends on PlayOn and what kind of deals they make or something. But this video is just to let you guys know, brand new game coming out, and if you want the Neo Geo version, here's your chance to get one. Honestly, I'm gonna pass on this. I wouldn't steer you guys wrong. I'm here just to give you guys information and geek out about the Neo Geo because it's freaking fun to do. It's like a fun system, It's like I'm excited for my systems. I'm excited for gaming right now for some reason, and I just want to share the fun with you guys, especially those that want Neo Geo stuff. What's up, buddy? Like that right here keeps on messing with me. You want more attention? Yes, you do. I know. All right. You got me clawed, buddy. All right. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If this game is going to complete your collection, or if it's not, or if it's, I know there's some of you out there that are price haters. I know some of you guys are out there. But let me know what you guys think. I think it's a sweet looking game. I wouldn't mind having it for the Neo Geo, honestly. But the thing is, I can buy so many games with that. $300 plus. I can buy so many games with that. So it always just depends on what you want and what's dear to your heart. So there's no knocking you if you really want it. If I had unlimited money, put it that way, I would get the Neo Geo versions every time. But I'm gonna leave it right there. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Remember, always be kind to yourself and enjoy your life. And I'll meet you right there. Peace. So that was Demons of Asterborg. I think it looks freaking sweet, like I was telling you guys. But I want to play it, but I think I might get it on a different system just to support them. Because I like to support like all these devs that are actually making games for the Neo Geo. It isn't cheap. You gotta get a Neo Geo dev system, so it's like extra work, and then plus to do it all physical. Even though they still give us that Neo Geo tax, it is like they are putting in work. They're not gonna get rich, so yeah, they're charging premium. So that's what it is to be a Neo Geo gamer, man. I was talking to Charlie Cat. He runs a forum, and I was talking about the Neo Geo tax, and he was like, yeah, one thing that we learn as a kid is that it's death and taxes. Being a Neo Geo player, if you want to get the Neo Geo version, you got to pay that tax. Simple as that. Let's go back to the chat, see what is going on, guys. We said hello to Jeffrey, Papa Brad, hello Dio, Papa Brad, AI slop, Papa Brad, AI slop. Yeah, I don't like AI slop. You guys know that. I don't use AI as much as I can. The only thing that I use AI for apparently is whenever I try to use Google to Google something, and then the AI response comes. But I always make sure that what it says makes sense. And it's helpful. I'm not gonna lie, it's helpful. Like right now, it helped me set up a grid for it's a new app that I'm using. I don't know how to use the app, and I just asked how do I do this, and it pretty much showed me the steps. So there's use for it, but when it comes to art and stuff like that, music, no, there's no use for it in that way. And that's the thing. That's the big old controversy about generative AI, because it steals from every artist. That's how it learns. And it's not like it's art, guys. Art is supposed to come from experience, from the person, human. And then one thing too, when it comes to AI, especially for YouTube, just advice out there for people. All the thumbnails and all that shit starts to look the same. Like I follow a few people that I'm subscribed to that use AI regularly, and their thumbnails look like generic. They look like generic AI, you know. And then I follow other people who don't use it, and like their thumbnails are like they're not great design wise. I went to design school, if anybody knows. I'm not saying like I design crazy, but I can tell when something's like a little. I rather that looks more appealing to me than the AI stuff. It looks like slop. It looks like, yeah. I'm not. That's why they call it AI slop. But I understand that a lot of people out there aren't artistically inclined, or even how to use programs, or don't have the time to learn. So AI is very useful and it gets their vision across. So I'm not saying there's no use for it too, but from someone who looks at things like creatively, I don't like AI. I think I look. Ugh. But the good news is, it's getting to a point where it's almost undistinguishable sometimes. So I'm sure there's something that I watched AI and I didn't even know. So there goes that. There goes my AI spiel. But anyways, you guys do you. It's a free world, whatever. But what I like though is like when you learn how to do art things, programming, drawing. I'm learning how to do pixel art right now. And then you see yourself get better. Like you feel like you achieved something, like you leveled up, And then you have that trick, in your bags and shit whenever you want to pull it out. So I'm just saying, I'm just saying, I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I'm not trying to preach and shit, I am not the preacher. I'm not a pastor either. That is Angry Puppet, member of Los Gatitos Banditos. More Complete says, Potion, Galloping Ghost is the Chi-Town must do. Galloping Ghost. I don't know what that is. What was I talking about? Galloping Ghost. Is that I don't know what that is. Sorry. Let me know. Jeffrey Williams says, I hope the AES Plus have a good rollout and be around and don't come and go within a year span to release, which is my biggest concern. So many titles I would love to see a good release. That was my big concern too. To tell you the truth though, like I appreciate that they gave us at least, what they're giving us right now. Just opening up a whole new video game scene for people who couldn't jump in back in the day. And like if you really want, like I said, you can always get yourself a multi-cart, invest that way, so you can still get all the games, you know. But yeah, I think the best way for it to have a healthy rollout and to keep on expanding is to buy their games. I mean, their system's already sold out supposedly. They're gonna, do more waves, I believe. And so if those games, continue to sell, and for the install base that we have right now, then I think they'll still, try to give it a go. But even if officially PlayOn doesn't, support it after a year, there is a lot of other indie devs and other companies that can, get us games. The thing is the pricing, though. Um, if we have enough of an install base, maybe, I mean, it would make sense for the price to go low, a little bit lower, so that they can actually sell like a lot of them. Um, I think that everybody who is buying the Neo Geo AES Plus is already they already know they're getting taxed more than usual. Obviously, $90 for these games when you can get them for bundles on the Evercade, the Switch. All the games are on the Switch, and a 10 and a I think 10 series bundle. So I don't know. I'm just saying. Um, I think the only way to guarantee a longer lifespan would to buy it, but there's other studios out there that want to make money, so it would behoove them to lower their prices to get a wide appeal, and that's possible as well. We just got to wait and see how it rolls out, like launch. So yeah, if it rolls out positively and we get a good install base, I mean, yeah, I don't think everybody's gonna be willing to pay $400 for a new game, like Demons of Asterborg. But like I said, if let's just say there's like a good chunk that's willing to pay, the Neo Geo tax, $150, $200 out there, they might. I mean, it might. So I'm just saying, if Neo Geo is your main system, for me it's more like not a novelty system, but like I'm very much looking to play these arcade games the way it's supposed to be played. But it's gonna be like my PlayStation. I'm only gonna get like the select few games that I really, really want for it. I'm not gonna buy all of them. It's not because that would be crazy for me. For me. But everyone else, if you have the pockets, you do you, man. Papa Brad says some of us are poor. Yeah, that's exact. Some of us are poor. So we kind of do what we can to fulfill the needs that we want, but also realistically, look at other stuff. Onash, good to see you. Why can't we be here in Austin, Texas, man? We will definitely be good friends. Austin, Texas. I hear it's hot, super hot there. Good thing it's America and we have air conditioning and not like in Europe where they don't. Because yeah, I heard it's a good scene there. I heard it's happy people, nice and hip. Joe Rogan moved there with the mothership. Not my scene, but I mean, nice and diverse. I think it'll be good food, good music, Texas barbecue. I need to travel more. Where are you? Onash? Onash. If I go to Austin, Texas, Born Distracted, good to see you, man. How long do you think you'll be here for AES to be available in stores? I don't know. That's tough to say. I know there's still a lot of people who are actually waiting for launch. They haven't pre-ordered yet. They're more on the wait and see mode. So I think it's still gonna be, and especially the price point, like $250 for the black one, and the black one looks sexy as hell. $250 for especially during Christmas. That's an easy pickup, especially when you compare them to, let's just say Xbox or something. And yeah, you're gonna have to think about the games, or just get a cart, whatever. But I'm just saying, you look at an Xbox or a PlayStation, they're like almost $1,000, and then you see the black AES $250 during Christmas. I think they'll sell like crazy, So, even like the Christmas after that, who knows if the year by then they'll probably drop $50 and stuff. In the other system will be even higher when next gen comes. So I mean, it has a potential to like just take advantage of the times that it's in, as long as they don't creep up in price for some reason. I think it can have at least a couple of years. Even with them just releasing games periodically, you don't have to release like a whole 10, a whole 10, a whole 10. I mean, if you release a couple every month, or 3, to give people choices, because I know not everyone's gonna pick up everything, but they might pick up one a month. So they have time to spread their wealth. given that they already have a good install base, supposedly more than they expected, and given that the other systems are raising the prices of everything. So long as they don't raise the price or do anything fishy, like it seems like, yeah, like it's gonna thrive. It seems like it's gonna thrive. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for. Papa Brad uses AI and loves it. That's good. I'm happy for those that it works for. Obviously, you know. Um, at the end of the day, it's like you are trying to put out art, you know. Art that supposedly comes from your brain. You're the one that makes the prompts. You're the one that thinks about the ideas and stuff. So I mean, there's still a little bit of art in there. So I love art. So I'll give you that pass. Oh, Galloping Ghost. Yes, I've heard about that. The world's largest arcade. I don't know what town that's at. But once I don't have travel restrictions, I'm gonna be I'm gonna go across the whole United States. Right now, I got treatment 3 times a week, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays. So I gotta do that. I can skip like one and have a 4-day vacation and stuff and still be okay. But the thing is, if I get called for a kidney transplant between that time, I don't want to be somewhere far away from where I live because I'm already like an hour and a half to the hospital. And like, let's just say I'm in freaking Tennessee and shit, or in Chicago, and then they call me. It's like, it's like a scramble time. I got to be there within hours. So I'm not risking it. But soon enough. Oh, the super chat. I did see that. Papa Brad with the $2 to support the brewery. It's brew time, PSR. That's right. My Neo Geo fans. Every time Papa Brad gives me a donation, I think about, oh my God, I got to create those super chat things, because I am not, I usually don't stream. But I've been doing a little bit of stuff. This is one of my favorite movies. Let me know if you guys know what it is.
I'm a lover, not a fighter, man.
Oh, sí.
Simón, el merengue, the tender trap 72. Rucas got their hearts broke.
Gallo negro, vato.
I'm a lover, not a fighter, man.
Oh, sí.
Simón, el merengue, the tender trap 72. Rucas got their hearts broke.
That was one of my favorite movies. In fact, it's right here. I'm gonna spoil it for you guys if you guys don't know what it is. Blood In, Blood Out is actually this is DVD. It's my only DVD that I own. I used to have hundreds, maybe 1,000 or so, and I gave them all away to the cooks that I used to work at back in the day at Chili's because I didn't want it. It started feeling like clutter to me. But I kept this one out of all of them. Oh no, I also have the Godfather trilogy set, and I have Harry Potter Blu-ray set, and those are the only movies physical that I own. I do own some digital one for Microsoft, and then they ended up closing their store, so now those are just stuck there. I can see them, but I can't buy more. So it's like, why? But it is what it is. It is what it is. Thank you. Going back to the chat. Good God, I'm so behind, guys. I'm so sorry. When it comes to videos posted, my thumbnail game will be clutch. I did talk about AI. Texas barbecue's off the hook. I've been looking at Texas barbecue because of the soccer, the World Cup football. All the Europeans have been trying it for the first time, and it's just like, I'm like, oh my God, I want to try it for the first time too. So I'm definitely going to hit up some Texas barbecue. Steven Schwarzentuber. Steven, good to see ya. What's the word, Brad? I'm loving the Evercade with a few select titles. I'm gonna tell you something about the Evercade. Maybe a hot opinion here, unpopular opinion here, but I always thought the Evercade was like a generic console. But it's just because I don't know anything about it. I'm ignorant about it. When I first heard when they were coming out with it, I was like, Like who wants to buy? Who wants to play those games? You know. But then they started actually putting real games on there. Not real games. Not homebrews, not indies. You know, like arcade games. You know, the Neo Geo collection. They started putting better games on there, and then I was like, oh man. So like it's already been out for so long that I kind of feel like I don't want to jump back into it. I don't like the controls. The controls are kind of weird too. So I don't know. So when people like, I just never been interested in the Evercade, but there are some games there that I wish would, you know, I wish I would get a 10-pack for the Neo Geo. You know, I already talked about before getting multi-packs of different collection, like the BlueSky collection. I wouldn't mind buying a cart that had those 7 games for the Neo Geo. So I'm kind of envious now when it comes to the Evercade and what they're getting. Even though like the system, I'm just like, I don't know, like Evercade. That's just my brain. That's maybe some brain rot going on right there. You know, I don't know, but anyways, I'm excited for the people who are excited for the Evercade because I see the games coming out for it, and I do get a little bit jelly. Oh, is it more complete? Steven, yeah? I'm going to sell my Evercade. It just takes up space. You know, it's like, I don't know, I kind of rather play those games on other systems. That's all I'm saying. I don't know if I have had Filipino barbecue. I'm sure it's good. I love good barbecue. Who's talking about Filipino barbecue? I have not had Filipino barbecue either. Does anyone know, Born Distracted says, does anyone know of the portable Neo Geo console with 14 built-in games that takes Evercade carts? I have never heard of that. Any people that engage in barbecue are good people in my book. Good and patient people, man, to make the good brisket, like having it smoke for so long and the meat just falls off the bone. And then like the sides too, like the mac and cheese, the coleslaw, and then whatever else they... Anyway, back to the show, everybody. What else do we got for you? We already did the talked about Demons of Asterborg for the people who have deep pockets. We're gonna go... Oh no. Now this is the game that was part of the BlueSky collection that I'm actually playing right now. Oh, let me just talk to you guys. Last week, I showcased Gunrui, and also on Papa Brad's channel yesterday, he had his show, and we're talking about Ganguri. It's a nice, you know, beat 'em up or side scroller adventure type game, you know. But this game that I'm going to be showing right now is also part of the BlueSky collection. And I actually confused it for one of the launch titles that were going to launch for the Neo Geo. But then Leo DS let me know. And so it's like one more game. Awesome. Welcome to another episode of First Run. We are playing Drift Out for the Neo Geo, part of the BlueSky collection, coming out soon to you if you want to get it physical. But you can also get it digital if you want, much cheaper. Or you can hopefully wait and get the Neo Geo version. This is the first time I play this. All you do is use the joy. Okay, if that's all you do, no shooting. Oh no, okay, you gotta accelerate and brake. Okay, simple enough. Oh, you put your name on right now, huh? Alright, I like that. Celica Impressa. This is an Impressa. Do a little Subaru action. I like the graphics. Nice pixely. Beautiful. Okay, I like this. I don't know what I don't know. With the graphics, you know, it just seems like it's just more fun for some reason. Oh, damn, like, you know, it's oh, the controls are pretty responsive. But I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh shit! Oh, what? That was so short. I got first place though. Okay, I guess that was a practice stage. It's very close, you know. It's hard because the camera angle is so close to you. Like you want to pull back a little. I guess is that's okay. No, you want to pull back a little more. Ty, it was kind of like I'm gonna be on. Oh shit! Even okay, even tells you where to go next after kind of. Okay, the oh shit, oh shit. I'm sorry, I'm all speechless over here. Like I'm still debating whether I like the camera angle or not. Like if it gives me enough time to turn and stuff. The thing is, I guess if you keep on playing it, you'll time it better. You know your turns. Why am I negative? Oh, I guess maybe the oh, I lost. I was going too slow. Let me try a different card this time. Just for funsies. Like, I wish I could pull back just a little, to tell you the truth. But I guess that's the whole, point of it, Like, that's part of the challenge. Because other than that, it wouldn't be challenging. You'd just, be racing the car, which is, fun in itself. But, yeah. Like, I really do like the graphics, though. Oh, you have all different routes you can take if you want, but you don't have to take it. I guess that's cool too. You don't just give you a little more replayability or, you should mix things up, make it spicy. I want to see if I can at least pass the level, Oh no, 2 seconds. No, not fast enough. Oh, I did worse this time. I wonder if those barrels give me points or take away time. Probably take away. Huh. Yeah, I like it. But I would definitely not pay $90 for it as part of the Neo Geo reissues. Not for me. If I was just strictly a Neo Geo collector and that was for my collection, then obviously $90. I'd rather buy it than pay for the outrageous prices they have for the old ones. But for me, as being more of a modern gamer and just enjoying retro right now, nah, not for $90. But that was Neo Drift Out, my first time playing, and probably gonna be my last, to tell you the truth. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it right there. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Remember, always be kind to yourself and enjoy your life. And I'll meet you right there. Peace. So that was my first run at Neo Drift Out. I thought it was a long title till Leo let me know it wasn't the same game. But the only trouble that I mean, it's cool. It felt good. I like the graphics. I like the gameplay. I just wish it was like just pulled out a little bit more. Like not a lot more, just a little bit more. I'm not sure if you can control that. I'll probably figure it out later on. But that was my first attempt at that game. I was having fun with it. And like I said, it's part of that Bisco collection. You can get it digitally on any other system for like $20. And you can get it physically coming out for a PlayStation 5 on Pixel Heart for like $40. So if you want to get that little bundle, not on the Neo Geo because it's not there yet, or if you want to buy the old ones, let's see what the chat is up to today. Mike Hawk Hurts, good to see you, man. It's been a while. I'm excited for the new AES Plus wireless controller, but I haven't pre-ordered anything yet. Like I said, I talked about that earlier. That there's still people who haven't pre-ordered it. So it still has legs beyond just the people who are early adopters. They want to wait, or they just want to see what's up, or they want to, have their money up front. You know, different reasons. Different reasons. I don't pre-order anything else. Like whenever like new games come out, like I don't do that no more. I only did it because I got so excited for the AES. Um, More complete says with Filipino barbecue, it's exclusively pork. Oh, I love pork. Lechon manok, chicken, is a good too, but only works with the Philippines as it requires native chickens with the marbleized fat like beef does. Oh shit, never heard about that. Drunk driving, LOL. Okay. Born distracted. I know about that handheld. It does not have access to the dip switch settings, so you can't do AES or VS regions. Western modified chickens are all suited, ill-suited. Um, those Super Pocket handhelds don't seem bad, but I preferably get full of fledged Evercade systems. Leo DS. Papa Brad says get a VS if you get an Evercade. I'm not gonna get one. I am biased though because of my old eyes, hard time seeing tiny screens. I always get handhelds and never use them. That's a valid reason. The Super Pocket is not great. Never heard of it? Don't get it, guys. Leo DS, for me to consider any handheld has to outdo the analog pocket in both form and function, and not aware of anything that competes with it. Competes with the analog pocket. Here is my analog pocket. This is my handheld of choice. It has the Mummy Returns right there, right now. It is not jailbroken because how can I do that to this lovely? How can I do that to this lovely? And I game with purpose. I only get the games and play the games that I want to play, you know, throughout my life because I have infinite amount of time. I don't want to have all these games of that just sit there or I play like 10 minutes of because it's like I don't got time for that no more. But that is my, so I don't even look at any other handhelds. There's no point for me. The bullet's too small on those screens. Yeah. Papa, it looks super poor. It's for the pores. It's for the pores. Proud to be part of the pores. Mike Kurt says, the top-down Neo Geo racers are fun for a bit, but I have it on iArcade and Switch already. Yeah, that's the thing, you know. Like I would like to play it on a joystick. I mean, I don't have any joysticks right now. Like the Neo Geo is gonna be my first joystick controller. I think eventually I will get a standalone joystick that's compatible with all my systems, just so I can actually play the shoot 'em ups and stuff that I have with an actual joystick. You know, I mean, it's fine with my Xbox controller. I love my Xbox controller. I even like the PlayStation controller with the little speaker and stuff. But I want to play the games that are meant to be played with the actual controller that's meant to be played with. So that's my next purchase. After I actually want to get a new headset too for VR. That VR pinball looks freaking fun. It looks like it's just like the different animations, like them jumping off of the pinball, like different things that you can see and do that you can't do like in real life. And if it's smooth and it plays like pinball, then I'm freaking down. One of the best games that I played in VR was Super Hot. It's like, I'm not sure if anybody of you guys know, but it looks kind of like Matrixy. There's like bad guys that are shooting at you, and they move. Their bullets move only when you move. So when they're shooting at you and you want to dodge a bullet, like you can look at it just go slow motion and just watch go by you, and it's just like so much like it's like immersive. So I'm imagining pinball that way. But the problem is I have a Meta headset, but it's the last one, the Meta 2S, not the latest one, and the strap broke. So either I'm thinking, do I want to spend money to like fix the strap up and play VR, not the best version, or get the Meta, the best one, and play VR through that. So that's kind of where I'm at right now on my VR part. But see, like I want to play with gaming with purpose. Is what I'm talking about, you know. I have my steering wheel whenever I want to play racing games because it's just more fun. I want to get a joystick for arcade games. I want to get the VR so I can do some VR pinball and other VR games. like if I'm a little kid playing in our big ass freaking arcade room, but more condensed. More condensed. I don't have room for actual arcades. What else going on here? I agree with the graphics. You have too little time to react. Leo DS for the shoot 'em ups on the small ones. Hot take: all Neo Geo Racer games are hot garbage. I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's a hot take. Like I've only seen top-down ones. So if that's all they have to offer so far, then kinda, it's just too close, too close. Mike Cox says Super Pockets are fun to collect for short sessions. Pre-order the Nexus, which will be hopefully a lot of use. I have 3 Super Pockets: Taito Aqua Blue, Atari Wood Grain, and the Neo Geo Red one sealed. I stopped collecting them though. Yeah, collecting is it can get you, man. I mean, I got these controllers and shit. It's like $80 a pop, and some of them just sit there. So yeah, I get you. I get you. All right, let's move on. What do we got? What time is it? Oh no, not that. We already did that. I'm sorry. Let me look at 40 minutes in. All right, episode will be like about an hour, about 20 minutes. Here's a clip. The clip of the week. There's a lot of funny stuff, weird shit that I've been seeing. So this was not video game related, but I don't know. I think it's a good clip. So here we go. Clip of the week. And here is the clip of the week. We're going to nature and nature watchers. This old man and his probably grandkid checking out this bison just rolling around in the grass. But the bison had other intentions, I guess. Now, yeah, the bison pretty much chased them around the woods and just threw them like 10 feet in the air. Turns out the old man's okay, but the best news is that the bison is okay too. It was reported that he will not be put down because the bison was pretty much acting naturally in his environment. It was a human that is out of place, even though it was a place where humans are allowed. It's just sometimes you got to be careful out there, especially because these, our big parks out there like Yosemite, Yellowstone and stuff are wildly natural. We leave them natural. That's the whole point. So there's, wild animals out there that live there in their natural home. So if you're going to be out there, you got to be quick. You got to be nimble. You got to keep your head on a swivel. And just know that these animals are dangerous. They're not tame. Some of them just are wandering down where humans are and happen to see them as threats sometimes or just get annoyed. Simple as that. But good thing that it will not be put down. Have you guys been to these parks? I really want to go see a bunch of these parks. But I have travel restrictions right now. But when I don't, you're going to see me out there too. Hopefully not getting trampled, but you'll never know. You never know. That's just a warning to people out there that are going to be visiting our national parks. They're wild, That's the whole point, to keep them wild. They do have some kind of infrastructure for visitors and stuff, but mostly you'll see wild animals there because that's their home. But good thing to the victim, the old man, safe. Yeah, he almost got in. That car was there. He could have just a little bit would have been to safety, but they got him. And the buffalo is safe because he was at home just buffaloing. But anyways, that was your clip of the week. Just wanted to share with you guys. I'm not sure if you guys saw that. It kind of went viral, so I'm sure some of you guys already seen that. But yeah, but the guy's okay. So I know Papa Brad says poor guy. Yeah, seconds away from safety. Exactly. Wild animals are wild. Yeah. Carlo, good to see you. How's it going, man? Carl O. So close to 2K. Let's get them. Oh yeah, man. Just yeah, I'm almost at 2K. I never thought that I would get 2 freaking K followers or even 1,000. Like talking nonsense. But it's cool, man. Yeah, I'm reaching a milestone, 2,000. Big thanks to the Neo Geo community who welcome me. Um, I'm actually gonna make a video about it. I was gonna do it for members tomorrow, but I'm also gonna let it slide. Talking about being the least experienced person in the room and how I get that badge of honor because I get to learn from a lot of people, and especially when I started talking about the Neo Geo. I learned about all the different chipsets, FPGA, ASICs, actual chips, emulation. I'm still learning about that stuff. I mean, I learned from Leo DS, down there. I learned from Papa Brad. I learned from Joe Boo. He always leaves me all kinds of stuff, like told me about the Bisco collections that I'm exploring right now. So I don't mind being the less experienced Neo Geo fan out there because it's like imagine you go to like an amusement park for the first time and then you learn about roller coasters and it's like for the first time you learn about funnel cakes for the first time you learn about I don't know clowns games tokens like for the first time so I love learning so like I said put yourself out there be the least experienced person in whatever hobby that you want to put yourself out there and I guarantee that you'll find good people that want to teach you and want to share so yeah, anyways, that's gonna be for tomorrow topic. But anyways, I never thought I would get to 2K because I talk nonsense. I'm a fan, I'm geeking out, and then people to find that appealing and want to hang out with me and share that experience, it's humbling and surprising to say the least. But anyways, thank you, Carl. Yeah, I'm almost there. I think like about 10. It keeps on going up and down. You know how it goes. Anybody who has a small channel, you always drop to, add to, and it's mostly sometimes your haters or jump, But anyways, I'm close. Biggie D, I saw you earlier. I meant to say hi. Good to see you, man. You take on the risk when you enter. Riding Hero is another Neo Geo racing game that uses the traditional view, but I honestly have never played that one. Looks like a lot of super hang on. Okay. Eventually, on Papa Brad Gaming, we're gonna go through all the Neo Geo games to give us more, play time on them to see if we actually want them, so we can tell those people to make them for us. So it's good to see all these, suggestions and stuff for later. Born distracted. Do your cats attack people who visit you? No, my cats are usually pretty shy with new people. Except for one of them, Dylan, my first cat. She puts herself out there. She's more of a risk taker. She will jump over every morning. I give them out. They're indoor cats, but I give them outside time every morning for an hour or so while I'm having my coffee. They're just in the backyard, chilling, scratching, doing whatever they do. But my white cat Dylan, she'll jump onto the fence and kind of scope out the neighborhood. But then she'll also jump she'll jump over and go explore. So she's more sociable with people. My other ones takes a little bit of time, but like the people that I live with, they're fine with them. They'll like say hello and hang out and stuff. But just new people, they mostly like to hang out in the room with wherever I'm at. They like to follow me. So if I'm downstairs doing whatever I'm doing, they're downstairs. I keep the door open for them so they can kind of go wherever they want. But most of the time they like hanging out in the room. Like I have one right here sleeping on the bed. I have one over here hangs out in the closet, and I think 2 under the bed. They have like boxes and stuff they can play with or sleeping and stuff. So they're just sleeping right now, sleepy time. But yeah, I love my cats, man. Love my cats. I just love cats in general. That's why I feed some strays out there. Get them snipped so they don't reproduce. You know how it goes. Cat people knows how it goes. All right, I think I'm caught up. Boom 2K. Yeah, I know. What? I'm at over 2K? I appreciate it. Thank you. 2K. That's crazy, right? Anyways, I want to thank you. I'm gonna start blushing. I'm sweating already. I'm all bald and I'm sweating. Oh man. Papa Brad again. $2. First super chat at 2K. Let's go. Thank you, Papa Brad. Like, dude, I need to create more super chat things. I don't have any super chat. I need to do more video game ones. Let me see what I can show you. I already showed that one. I'm not sure what this one is again. It might cause a little bit of controversy for those that know.
Pique on the dog. Pique on the dog. Pique on the dog. Pique on the dog.
Yeah, that was that was that was something. For those of you that know, those of you that don't know, I envy you. For those of you that know, just be warned. He is back. He is back. Carlos, boom. Hey, Potion. Big, yeah, good to see you. Carlos said his cat subbed. And then if you guys want to see more of my cats, they do have their own little channel. It's called Catastrophe. It's in the link below on the description. It's pretty much just their time hanging out outside, doing little mayhem. It tells you a little bit about each cat, their names, what they do, their personalities. Nothing crazy. They're all shorts, 1 minute or less. But if you guys want to learn more about my cats, Catastrophe is the channel. Yeah. I also watch a lot of. I admit that I watch a lot of pet stuff. The Dodo, I really love that one. Geo Beats is another one for animals. I love that. So I do watch a lot of animals, rescues type stuff. The Asher House, he collects dogs and like different farm animals, like in a big old land area that he has. So I watch a lot of that stuff. It feels good for the heart, you know what I mean? To see there's actually people out there helping animals. But yes, I'm also sub to like animals. So if you have a cat channel, you let me know, man. You let me know. Mike, I love Bitman Bureau makes Neo Geo games. I have the MVS Xeno Crisis, but they need a way to work with PlayOn to stream production to under $100. I've actually talked about a few other games. Metal Siege, I believe, and Demon Slayer. I don't remember that title. I think it's Demon Slayer. They also are making another game called Metal Mac. I think they already went through their Kickstarters, if I'm not mistaken, and they're kind of just working on it. I could be mistaken though, but I know they're working on those 3 games, and I think one of them was in a collaboration with another studio. But yeah, I cover their stuff often. Actually, I actually think Mike from Bitman Bureau is sub to this channel, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, those are awesome freaking games, and I want to continue to talk about them later on as I get more coverage of them. It was just the first time I came across them. So yeah, definitely, man. There's a lot of good studios out there who are taking the time to work for the Neo Geo. But you're right, Mike. They need to. I think he was talking about in the comments that he believes that PlayOn's profit off of those cards isn't that much. Like he thinks they're only making like pennies on the dollar, like not that much on each card, because he was kind of projecting how much it costs to create them, and he thinks it's almost close to the $90 price tag. So it's hard for him to, or his studio. He said, I'm not sure if it's them or somebody else who works with Neo Geo games. I can't. My brain sometimes has brain farts. But he was saying that if they partner with PlayOn, like their profit would be pennies on the dollar. I believe that's what he said, because of PlayOn's profit isn't that much on their cards. So it kind of wouldn't make, like they couldn't sell it at $100 or $90, should I say. That's why I was giving them a little more leeway, like 120 or something, just to, like $20 is good, right? If you're gonna like selling a game, I mean, I think so. If you can sell like a good chunk, but I think that's the issue about, we don't know how much it actually costs to create the PlayOn cartridges. Until we figure that out, until they figure that out, then it's kind of hard to make a deal with them. And I don't think like PlayOn or who owns them? What's the Embracer wants to fund like development for these indie studios. You know, I mean, I could be wrong because it is their console, even though it's licensed or whatever. You know, we just gotta wait and see. To tell you the truth. But I just kind of hope that the excitement, everybody still stays excited beyond just the people who bought it, and we can actually make some cool things with it. You know, cool things happen. More complete Dodo is good. No, not Demons of Asterborg. There was another one that I talked about. Unless I don't think it was that one. There was another one that I talked about. I could be wrong though. Like I said, I always keep on mistaking all these games and shit. A lot of them are familiar. Okay, so I only have one last thing for you guys. It's a little bit of brain rot. So if you guys ain't keen on brain rot, I totally understand it. But it's part of video game culture, the underbelly, and film culture and like geek culture and stuff. And sometimes we just got to, be aware. Be aware. And here is this one. Welcome to Brain Rot. Today we're going to be talking about the Oddysey, the most wokest film of the summer. If you haven't heard, for reasons, all the reasons. It's a film being made by Christopher Nolan, stars Tom Holland, Matt Damon, what's her name? Anne Hathaway. It looks epic in scope, it's based on the book. They're traveling by sea, it looks like a big old action flick, summer flick, popcorn flick, just to enjoy the visuals. Christopher Nolan, you can't go wrong, right? Apparently, all these grifters have been saying it's been woke for, weeks and stuff for reasons. I don't even get into that shit anymore, because even just, listening to that, rots your brain, guys. It rots your brain. But sometimes you can't avoid it because it just seeps into the video game culture and film culture, nerd culture, geek out culture for some reason. And so I gotta address it to warn you guys not to get it. I don't want you guys to get the brain rot, guys. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. But I gotta warn you because it seeps in. First you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, that makes sense. But then it doesn't really make sense. It's just like little things in your brain just working against you. That's all it is, guys. Brain rot. Here to warn you. But then Rotten Tomatoes scores came in and it was a success. 99%. All the critics loved it. Loved it. Then star Tom Holland came to talk about the grifters and whether or not they're going to still keep on grifting when the scores came out. Tom Holland, wondering if those who have spent months lambasting the films they haven't seen will now, confronted by 5-star reviews from the Oddysey, reconsider their boycott, or whether they will dismiss their positive reviews as evidence of a woke conspiracy to overthrow Western civilization. So, do you think these grifters will be like, oh, my bad, it actually is a good movie? Or no, they're gonna say, fake news! Guess what they did? Guess what they did? King of the grifters, Asmongold. I don't think it's a great thing that critics are able to preemptively manufacture a consensus on media like this, especially when this movie has so many hot-button social issues tied into that critics refuse to address. Critics now offer propaganda rather than insight. So yeah, the downfall of Western civilization because critics of movies are getting early access to review it. So now, the grifters don't want movie reviews. Ban all movie reviews. Same with games, same with anything. No more reviews. No more reviews. Because if not, the Western civilization will fall. That's the brain rot seeping into Asmongold, just spewing to his million viewers, man. All these little kids whose brains are probably not even formed yet are being formed from this garbage. But then that's not all. Then the actual user reviews came in for Rotten Tomatoes. People that actually watched all these films, the film. And guess what? It matches the critics' reviews. Why? Because the mass majority of the people out there, not on Twitter, not on social media outlets out there that are just like little algorithmic places that just keep you like this, don't have brain rot, man. They're living their lives, like normal lives, American lives out there, enjoying parks, going to farmers markets, going to get some fast food, some In-N-Out, just enjoying their lives, going to the movies to enjoy the movies. So that's what, guys, just enjoy the movies. Even stupid movies, enjoy them for being stupid. But when they're good, from Christopher Nolan, come on. Like, even just enjoy them, when they're presenting these good action blockbuster flicks for you. Now, yeah, if the movie has some sorry writing, okay, be a critic. But actually be a critic of the actual product, what they're presenting, and not something that it's not. That's all it is. And brain rot issues is always something that it's not. That's how these grifters get you. They manufacture outrage. It's, that's how they make their money. I get it, but I don't want to live that way. I don't want to talk to people who have brain rot in my freaking comments. So that's why I'm warning you. So that's going to be your little segment of brain rot for the week. You're not going to get it every week because sometimes I'm just like, no. But sometimes I just got to let you know. Enjoy the movie for what it is. And I'll meet you right there. Peace. So that was your brain rot segment. I only do those to remind you guys to not get caught up in all the culture warrior stuff, because it does bring you down. If you start ignoring that stuff, you have more room in your life to actually enjoy what life has to offer. And one of those things is movies. Even a bad movie. I watched Battlefield Earth in theaters, and it was so bad. But it's like an experience, And after that, you can talk a little bit of crap about it. But before it even comes out, running with narratives just because, that's where you start getting brain rot, guys. That's where you start getting brain rot. Let's go to the chat and see what everyone has to say. More Complete says, Ellen Page used to be an attractive gal. She actually was, when she was Ellen Page. She was attractive. Now I forgot what his name is now. So Ellen Page ceases to exist, unfortunately. When she came out in Juno, she's a little hottie. Came out in that roller derby movie, little hottie. Now she's in, or he, I don't know his name anymore. I forgot. My bad. It's that Netflix series. I stopped watching it. Very different, man. Very different. The Last Line Official. Good to see you, homie. How's it going? And now there's now he's an attractive dude. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not attracted to dudes, so. I mean, I guess I can acknowledge someone that's attractive, like attractive dudes. Yeah, there's attractive dudes out there. Yeah. But I don't know if he's attractive. I mean, I consider him maybe like a 6 for a dude. That's just me, though. I guess we have different tastes in dudes. More Complete says, I think the Asmongold's point was that the Oddysey is anti-Western propaganda. How does he know before even watching it? That's the whole point. That, he doesn't know. By previews, and then like his more point is like critics. He don't want Western critics telling him what to. You don't have to pay attention to them if you don't want, but you have to pay attention to the general audience who watches the movie. Almost everybody loved it. So, do you really think it has what'd you call it again? Anti-Western propaganda, or do you think that sometimes these guys are just oversensitive, or see patterns that aren't there because it benefits them, because they're used to it now, because they've been waking up just looking for it? If you go, like, for example, our brains, they work like in mathematical and numbers and stuff. So you start like looking at the number 13, then you start seeing like different things that start adding up to 13 because your brain starts working that way. And the more you do it, the more it gets better at it. So the reason why he sees anti-Western propaganda is because he's conditioned himself to see it. That's algorithms condition us to see it. So you got to be aware of that. That's why I make these brain rot segments. Not to shit on Asmongold. I wish the best for him. I wish he would clean his freaking room. Hire a freaking maid with all his money that he has. go outside for once in a while. Like people who stream like 10 hours a day, that's not healthy, guys. I understand it's your job and shit, but that's not healthy. Especially when you already have money. Like if I had a good chunk of money already, I would cut down to 2 hours, and then go explore the world, go outside and do some yoga, clean my freaking room, instead of looking for anti-Western propaganda constantly. Just a warning, guys. Just a warning. And it goes for, I'm not just talking about like right-wingers either. It goes for left-leaning people too. You get stuck in that cycle and it ruins your life. Not even passable. Christopher Nolan had a good track record for movies. I know, Christopher Nolan, come on. Like, it isn't like Anita Sarkeesian is directing the movie. Then, well, okay, maybe some propaganda in there. Or like the Daily Wire, okay, maybe some propaganda in there. But the thing is, even when it comes to movies, art, or video games, there's always like a message being sent somewhere in there. Unless it's like tic-tac-toe that you're playing. Maybe even then there's something behind that too that we don't know of. So there's always like a message. So just, enjoy it. Don't take it seriously. Just enjoy the popcorn. Enjoy the Anne Hathaway if she's your thing. If if you like Tommy, enjoy Tommy, and just enjoy your life. That's my whole message. Go woke, go broke. Yeah, that's not a thing though. There's actually like a lot of the woke stuff makes so much money and shit. Even everybody has an audience. Put it that way. So there's money to be made everywhere. There's no woke going broke stuff. That's funny expression, I guess I say. Assess the movies individually. Christopher Nolan Batman was great. One of my best. I actually like that Batman better than Snyder's Bat. Like I don't like Ben Affleck as Batman. He looks too fat, like too bulky. I don't know. I didn't like that Batman. And then when he put on that extra suit to fight Superman, he was even more bulkier. Couldn't even move. Stupid. The writing is where people should be complaining at, though. The writing was awful. I'm getting crazy now. Papa Brad says, I think I got people to notice the movie. So in one way, the casting was brilliant. Like, what's wrong with the casting? Was it the casting that people are, like, Anne Hathaway? She's a little bit older, but who cares? She needs to still have movie roles. Tom Holland, he's cool. He's funny. And then I had the Twilight guy. He's the new Batman. He's good as the new Batman. I was kind of hating on him at first, being like the Batman. I forgot his name. Like it's right here, at the tip of my tongue. Edward, in Twilight. And they're gonna come out with part 2. It got delayed, but I actually like I'm gonna rewatch it. I was like, the more you watch it, the better it is. So I kind of like him, like more of a slim, fit Batman. Like I don't know how bulky and bulky. Anyways, that's just my Batman preference, I guess. The 2 most controversial character casting choices are barely in the movie group reviews that I watched. I want to see it. I'm getting aged out. That's my new term, aged out. A good movie holds its own. The Odyssey is a foundation to Western European ideology, culture, etc. It's more than just a simple story. The Odyssey reimagined attacks with the race swapping, no Greeks, and a modified story. Based on the book. Based on the book. The Odyssey. The thing is, like, whenever I go to I don't like all that stuff goes beyond my head, because who cares? Like, really, who cares? With all the shit that goes on in the world, like that stuff is like the little stuff that gets stuck into your brain. So like we have 80 years to live. I don't know, like that stuff just doesn't even. I don't let it bother me. Like if I go watch a Star Wars movie, I want to just enjoy the Star Wars. I want to enjoy the Jedi, the Sith, the politics, the costumes, the set. Sometimes I even think about the people behind actually making the movie and how they captured that shot. Like that's the stuff that I think about when I go see movies. Like I don't care about whoever said what, like it ruins the movie. It ruins the experience. It ruins your money you're spending. It ruins your life. I'm just, it ruins it, man. See, but they're not doing that. You're not watching like they're not based like in China, and then everybody is just like, there's no Chinese in China. Like, that's kind of weird. Um, but even then, that's what they used to do back in the day with movies when they first birth, actually. So call it a throwback. And then even then, like, who cares? Like, let whoever has a vision to create whatever vision they want in a movie, game, or whatever. Even if it's China, let's just say there's a bunch of freaking white people that live in China. Like, wouldn't you want to see that in a movie? A bunch of or like, I don't like living like the Chinese culture, but being not Chinese. Have you ever seen that before? Like, what if it's freaking cool? Like, imagine, like, the first time sitting down and seeing The Matrix, where you think about, like, robots and stuff, or, like, living in a robot world, like, that was kind of never done before. So who cares? Like, enjoy it for what it is. And, like, if you can enjoy that for what it is, then I guarantee you that you'll enjoy many other things in life. And you wouldn't just be looking at things, again, with, you know, propaganda-looking eyes. But I'm just saying, like, we've already seen Chinese people living in China. Let's see something else. That is true, more complete. It is complex set of rules on what is acceptable anymore. Artists have the right to mess with the Odyssey as much as they want. It's not a crime. You don't have to watch it or like it, though. No, you don't. But I'm just saying, when you're just not, when you have a track record, though, of doing that, that's what I'm saying is brain rot. Not just when you see something once or a few times and, like, disagree or whatever, but when it's like, that's your MO, then there's something wrong with you. Or maybe not there's something wrong with you, it's just that that's the way you make money, I guess. And you know that. What would be the point? The point of having a Greek epic without any Greeks was to watch something different. Something that's like, it's like scary movies, the franchise. It's not scary. They call it scary movie. It's a freaking comedy. But they use ghosts and stuff. Like, what's the point of making a ghost movie if you're not going to get scared? Nah, it's like something new that we never had before. So, like, let people mess around. That's, that's all I'm saying. Let artists be artists. Who knows? It might be freaking awesome. Replace the Greeks with cats. But make it like, a big old Greek mythology creature that's a cat. Fighting, I don't know, just something. It might be cool. Who knows? Who knows? Troy had the lack of Greeks too, but didn't complain about that. Troy was an awesome movie. I really liked it. I liked the battle between Hector and Troy in the end. I just liked the whole politics too, how they respected each other, how they're the heroes of their nations. But then, I don't know. It's like I like that, and sure has its problems. Brad Pitt was controversial at the time for Troy. Was he? They are native white Chinese, while they were Russian prior to the World War II, and then China just took the land with people on it. Yeah, and yeah, I studied a lot of Chinese. Not politics. Well, politics too. But geography and what they've done to different nations around them. So yes. The new movie, by the way, set records in Greece. Oh shit, did it? I still need to go see Superman. Angel Cakes. Hollywood always messes with reality. Blue-eyed Jesus, come on. But that's the thing, it's just like, it's not Hollywood. It's the like, it's the directors, the producers, the artists. Like, every studio, every person brings in their own interpretation of whatever. So historically, if you believe religious books, then Jesus was dark brown, whatever. But that's going based off writings of man when it comes to religion. So who knows? Who knows? And I don't know. I don't want to get all religious or political and stuff, but we don't know, man. We don't know. I'm not saying that I'm not religious. I am, but I don't believe in organized religion. I believe there's got to be like a higher power out there or something that creates whatever order that we're living in. Space, Earth, gravity and stuff like that. I don't necessarily think it's like a person based on a human image, but I don't know. We don't know, so I don't know. That's why I don't care if they do have a blue-eyed Jesus, like in what's that movie, Passion of the Christ. All I remember Passion of the Christ was how brutal it was for that Jesus. How unfair it was, and his relationship with God, even though he is God. The relationship they had with his apostles, the visuals, like when they were whipping him, and you just see the flesh, like that is what connected with me. You know what I mean? It's not his blue eyes. He could have been brown. He could have been black. It wouldn't matter to me. It was a story that they chose to tell. But if you're only hung up on the blue eyes and the Jesus that doesn't look like the Jesus that you think, then it's not something that you were born with. It's something that you were taught. So you kind of get in your own way. It took me, and it's hard to talk about this, guys, and to tell you what I think, because it took me a long time to get where I am today. It took me life experience to get to where I am today and my thoughts that I got today. I used to go to church, different churches and stuff like that. But I don't know. Trying to just not take everything that you see or hear or whatever at its word, and trying to like take the time to actually like really think about it. It's where I found myself. Okay, let's make a stop. Yes, let's make a Malcolm X was a white guy. That would be funny, man. Like, wouldn't you want to see like a Malcolm X? Like, have you guys seen the Malcolm X movie? It was whatever, but like to see a Malcolm X as a white guy, that'd be like White Chicks. The movie, the Damon Brothers, White Chicks, reverse blackface. That was hilarious. The White Chicks movie, and it's like throw it on, throwbacks, white people, black people, brown people, everybody just laughs because it's funny. They're not taking it serious. No one's over here crying about whiteface. So yeah, man, just do a white Malcolm X movie. Oh God! All right, let's make it stop. I think the classics made Blue-Eyed Jesus many hundreds of years before Hollywood came into existence. Yeah, just you get that's what I'm saying. You get your experience or your like whatever from what you lived in. So yeah, if you went to Catholic church, and you probably believe in the Virgin Mary and the he was born out of like a, what do they call it? Like the words right here, acclamation. Anyways, the birth. But then if you're like a different religion, you don't believe in that, but you still believe in Jesus. So it's just how you live, man. How you grow up. That's all it is, man. Leo Diaz says there was no documentation about Jesus' appearance 50 years after his death. There was probably no one who knew what he looked like. Yeah, supposedly. Politics and religious talk makes my brain hurt. Anyways, it's over. Don't worry about it. The Malcolm X white guy movie will never get made. It would take some brave souls, like someone like me, just someone who like movie makers that just want to have fun, and that's the thing about just not just Hollywood, but any group organization that does things, like they're pretty much like, for the most part, they like to do things that are true and tested. They're kind of stuck in their ways and stuff, and then sometimes some people come along and kind of break in and start to influence what is being made. for example, Seth Rogen and James Franco, when they teamed up and started creating all the movies together, they were first, all of them are little outsiders. And they all grew up together. A big old bunch of them, like a little group, started making all these different movies. And then eventually they broke into Hollywood, started making hits, and then now they're like the main, not the main guys, but they have like their own little niche. They're older, production companies and stuff like that. Same thing with Adam Sandler. So there's always ways to break in and influence it. So there's chances, because, like, I don't know, I think people want to see different shit, man. We're tired of the same old. So who knows? I'll go write the treatment right now. Shit, send it to all the producers, see what they say. All right, guys. Anyways, just blabbering now. I want to thank you guys for watching Poach's Weekly Brew. Started off with Neo Geo, gone into some regular stuff, and then ended with religion and politics. Just how it goes sometimes, I guess. But no hard feelings on anybody. I want everybody to just actually like live their lives to the fullest and to be kind to themselves. I say that every day because I truly believe it, regardless of where you live, what you believe, and whatever. Because in the end of the day, that's all that we all want for our friends and family, just to be happy. And so that's why I do what I do, including this show. But I'm gonna leave it right there, guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today, and I'll be here next Sunday as well, I'm sure. Tomorrow I'll be releasing a members only video, and I'll see what else I get into as well. So stay tuned for a week of Neo Geo goodness and whatever else is out there in the world. I want to thank everybody. All the usuals, Papa Brad, More Complete, Last Line, Lil DS, Born Distracted, Jeffrey Williams, and we had the new subscribers, 2,000. Come on, guys, anybody who subscribed, I really appreciate it. You guys don't know, but it really means a lot to me, because this was never expected. Mike Hawk, good to see you again. I think that is it. Carl, Biggie. I'm not gonna going down. I'm sure I missed somebody. But just because I'm Angel Cakes, good to see you. I don't know if I said hello when you came in, but hello and goodbye. Let me read off a few more before I go. Have a good one, guys. I love it. I'll try to be here more regularly on Sundays. I appreciate any time you drop by, man, or whatever you guys do. I appreciate it all. I know we live a busy life, and Sunday's a weird time. So even if you watch the replay, thumbs up or whatever, I appreciate everything. I think religious politics are paramount because it allows us to be open and realize each other's humanity. That's the thing. So long as we are kind to each other and accept what is, even though you don't believe in it, but just accept what is being told to you, that to be honest and truthful, that you think the other person believes it, and you accept that, and then just even if you compare it to you and be like, oh yeah, I don't think that, but what I think is when I hear somebody else's life or approach or ideas, even like I said, even with the Neo Geo being the least experienced person in the room, it makes me think about my life and how I can improve it too, or makes me think like, oh shit, I didn't think about that, So I appreciate other people's way of life as well. 2K big time pimping. People say to not talk about it because it's divide, in my honest opinion. Yeah. As long as you don't just take it all personal, think of it as just learning from each other. Good show, brother Potion. Good show too. Thank you. Good audience. Just be a good person. That's all you have to be. So I'm gonna leave it right there. Remember, always be kind to yourself and enjoy your life. And I'll meet you right there. Peace. Peace, peace, peace.